Hey everyone, welcome to my latest video. I'm around town this week sketching the Runnymede library. And this one's been on my list for a while. We see it every week when we do grocery shopping. So picked a spot nearby, sketching out quickly in pencil on location, and then putting in some quick pen lines as well. Now, I learned about John Lyle quite recently. He was an architect in the Toronto area from 1905 to 1943. He's done the Union Station and a ton of other projects in the city in Hamilton. And this library was one that he'd done. He went to the Beaux-Arts school in Paris and was sort of known for trying to take a Canadian spin on some of the ornamentation. This library entry door is a good example, and there was a nice moment with a group of older men sitting around that I wanted to capture as a vignette. It's a quick thumbnail of the main building, trying to get the lighting down in a very simple way. It's quite a simple shape, just a cube with a roof. So trying to have, the light plane and the dark plane. In the end, I think I could have been a lot more extreme with the lighting on the south facade. It ends up being a little bit flat. But progress nonetheless. In getting the roof shadows in first with the darkest brush, and then slowly adding more and more water to the paint as we get to the east side of the roof. And then the darker planes on the west side in the shade. I think overall the roof was fairly successful. And at this point, I felt it was appropriate to add some people into the mix. I had a person walk by in a nice bright red shirt and bag, and a couple with their baby. Lots of young families in this area. Now going back and adding some darker shadows to the windows. And starting to rough in the people figures. Now adding the nice copper trim above the windows and on the roof. Looking at this composition now, I think I would have, doing it again, left a bit more white space above and made the whole thing a bit smaller. It's funny, I'm finding I need bigger canvas now that I'm watercoloring more. The little sketchbook is, I think, good, but I want a little bit more room. Now working through this little vignette, I wanted to capture the entry, the ornament around the door. It's a nice big red door, and then I really liked that there's this little gathering space to the east of it that had a group of people sitting. And a nice chance to work through some grayscale shadows. So this library was built in 1929, and even then, with the advent of radio and movies, they sort of saw libraries as less of just a repository for books and more of an opportunity to create a community space. And that's very much how we think of libraries today. And I think even more so, it's about creating a place for community. So I liked this gathering in front. Thought it's working well. So going in and adding some more detail to everything on the main sketch. You can see I've created that composition of the main view and that little detail on the same spread. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think the main building and even the little vignette, there's a lot more texture to the wall than this painting suggests, and I think I was a little bit nervous about testing things out. I wanted the nice simple wash. I think if I were to do this again, I might, when the paint is wet, add a whole bunch of different browns and grays to try to replicate the stone. And now we bring out some more details in the foreground. A nice bright street sign and the traffic lights as well. And now with the whiteout pen, trying to add some highlights in, get a sense of some of the white frame members, bring out some highlights, add some texture. You can see the flex here. I guess I didn't capture the footage of it, but I did take a toothbrush and sort of flick some paint on the drawing just to give more texture. I think the more texture, the better. I don't want to overdo the flex, but I do feel like it adds some movement to the drawing. So thank you so much for tuning in.